Good morning, everyone. It's nearly 10 p.m. here on Maui before I head to bed. Want to make a video for everybody. Just a quick reminder, I'm not a huge fan of the market's uptrend right now. I know that the NASDAQ, S&P 500 near new highs, but I want to show you how the Russell 2000 kind of has like a broadening megaphone formation here. If you connect these lower lows and then you connect these higher highs, you kind of get a megaphone pattern showing up here, and the inability for us to take out that basically 50-day moving average ever and hold above it, pretty concerning to me. So we'll see if that becomes a problem later on. But for right now, it's just something to be concerned about, nothing to act upon. And then also the Dow Jones Transportation Average, just another. I normally want to see this average leading and the Russell 2000 leading. So when they're not, I'm always a bit iffy on any uptrend. And that makes sense because half of our models are under buy, half of them are under neutral. And that's just the way it is right now. So we continue to not get very good long signals, but we are still getting long signals. So that's a positive, and the majority are working. But today, quite a few full sell signals. Let me just run through them really quick. Wing, WLKP, BZH. These are all high quality full sell signals. And TAL, BHLB, AGM, MGPI, and Trox, all high quality 50% sell signals. So quite a few sell signals today, but at the same time, we got new long positions, so let's get to them. GSUM was initially flagged in my IPO scan. It was confirmed in my price volume BOP scan, and then obviously made my final tertiary scan. Candle over candle bullish price bar, well above average volume, a pocket pivot point signal, and BOP is definitely confirming the move with the green BOP being higher than the previous two sessions. Pretty clear cut signal to me. Want to go long using limit at 1210. You could go 1226 actually. I'm not sure why I wrote down 1210 because it's basically on top of all of the moving averages. So 1226 is the actual limit. I believe on the website I have 1210. That's wrong. It's 1226. So 1226 will be my limit order. I think I even entered it wrong. Can't believe I'm just now noticing this. That's incredible. Trading is like that, and you got to fix mistakes, and that's a mistake, and I need to fix it before I go to bed. First stop is going to be 1161, this low a day right here. So it moves below 1161, hits 1160, I'm out a half. It moves below these lows right here, which is 1150, hits 1149, I'll be out of all of GSUM. So once again, limit order 1226. Looking for this thing to at least get back up to its old October highs. I'm not getting long this stock just to see it get up to its March, April highs. I believe I have enough strength and accumulation here with BOP confirmation that we should be able to tackle those old highs and then break out to new highs. We'll see. And then the next quality signal, the only two quality signals, TLYS, GSUM. I don't know why I wasn't up close on that one, but there's the up close of GSUM. TLYS, as you can see here, nice little move. This stock is actually not touching the 20-day moving average barely, so the limit order is going to be at 1019, but this was an earnings winner from Friday session. So it was a new long on Tuesday morning, went long. Now following Tuesday session, it's a new long for Wednesday morning. But once again, got to use the close as the limit, 1019. Now, since I'm going to have a larger position, but it won't be too large, it's only going to be a 0.75% position total, because once again, today, only in the tertiary scan, which means I only add half of what I originally bought, and it was only 0.5% of my account capital, but still, earnings winner. So we'll see how it goes. TLYS, 1019 limit, 949 the first stop, 930 the final stop. Moves below 949, I'm out half. Moves below 930, I'll be out all. Now, there's three speculative long positions. We'll go over the trend following one first, SITO. This one's actually a 1% position according to my methodology, and I'm going to keep it that way. And if the 20-day moving average actually was touching it, I would maybe think, that hopefully it would be a better quality signal, but it's technically a 1% signal, but with the 20-day moving average not touching the price, since there is no other confirmation outside of this stock making just my BOP scan, it's not a 1% position. It's a 0.5% position. So it's a 0.5% position because the 20-day moving average is not touching SITO's intraday low here, and SITO was not confirmed in any other scan. It was only in one scan, the Max Green Bop scan. So SITO, 0.5% of my account capital. This signal is a standalone signal, is a 1% signal. But for SITO, a small stock that's volatile, to get 1% of my account capital, all of the moving averages would have to be lined up. And by that I mean the 20-day moving average would have to be touching the intraday range of Saito's intraday range on Tuesday, since it is not 0.5% SITO. Limit order, the high of day, 404. You could also use yesterday's high of day, 405. I'm not, for now. Could change my mind. It's splitting hairs. 404, 405, I don't care. First stop, 385, these lows right here. Final stop for now, 351. But if it takes out 385, loses its Max Green Bop or anything before taking out the 351, trust me, I'll be all out of it, or out of another, half before it gets down to that last level. And now, finally, I have two swing trade positions, AXSM and INFU. First, we'll go over AXSM because it's probably the better overall quality one. AXSM, I want to get long at a limit order of 405. First stop, 375. And for now, final stop, 355. Once again, though, it takes out 375 here and or loses Green Bop. The chances that 355 come into play is slim to none. Now, for AXSM, first profit target initially, we could see it go here, but I'm kind of hoping that it gets more, and then I'm looking at this high to come into play, then the 200-day moving average, and then after that, I'll probably have to turn into a trend following position because it's just no real, I guess here would be technically is probably where I would put the next profit target in here. But let's say that it gets through these highs here in the 200-day moving average and it does it in a rounding way and ends up looking like SITO, it'll turn into a trend following position. But for now, it's a swing trade, looking at these initial profit targets all the way up to 200-day moving average. But AXSM, this is a pretty nice one. It was only in my Max Green Bop scan, not enough volume to make that tertiary scan, or a big enough volume surge, obviously, to make the price volume Bop and tertiary volume surge scan. But still, overall, pretty good pattern. Not a whole lot of risk in that pattern, so I'll take this trade set up anytime I see it. And then the final long signal INFU in my price volume Bop scan. INFU was in my tertiary scan, obviously due to the volume surge, but we have Max Green Bop, a volume surge, and tight price action. And why this one's a long signal is because I only have one stop level. I want to get long at 155, and if it goes below the low a day, back to the 23rd to now, which is 145. That's the low every day because it's a stupid 5-cent stock. It hits 140, I'm out. INFU, my first profit target is when this bar goes red here. So it'll be these highs here, 180. Then I'm looking at this area right around here, the 200-day moving average. Then hopefully this area up here. And, if everything goes perfect, hopefully, maybe, if the world is just wonderful and everything's roses and unicorns are real, it can get all the way up here to this July high back here. But that's really pushing for it. Just to get to this high would be incredible. And then I guess, to be honest with you, the best case scenario I would think would be 260. I just don't think there's a chance in hell it gets even that high. But we'll see. I mean, I'm obviously playing this for a move towards the 50 and 200-day moving average. I mean, I would not touch this if I didn't think that it could at least get to there if the trade works out. If the trade fails, the trade fails. I don't give a shit. This happens all the time. It's no big deal. Will I care if this trade fails? No, because it's one out of the next 1 million, 10 million trades I'm going to make. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. All right, that's all the long positions. Have a great Wednesday morning, everyone.